Hello, wonderful parents. This is Nessa of Nessa's Hair Extensions, and welcome to part two in the Nessa's Hair Extensions how to do kids' hair or kids' curly hair as well. So if you haven't seen part one was all about how to detangle with no stress, basically, because we all know how stressful it can be when it comes time to do your baby's hair. And in part one, we just showed you how to detangle with no tears, no stress, and some quick hints and tips for that. So if you haven't watched that, please go ahead and watch that and then proceed on to this video. But if you have watched that, stay tuned. So let's just recap here. Firstly, again, this video is for if you have a child, or hey, shoot, even for yourself. If you have a kid with hair in this from 3A to 3C and from 4A to 4C. Now, if you're unsure of what hair textures or hair types are, have a look at this chart and we'll just recap on that real quick. Okay, so just take a moment and just find your child's curl pattern. Don't worry if they don't fall strictly on one. They may be a mixture between 3A and 3B, or they could be a 3C to 4A, or maybe just straight 4B to 4C. Whichever one, have a look and see. Alrighty, so you've got their hair texture now. Fabulous! This is really going to help you not only now when it comes to cleansing, but when you are choosing products and knowing how to style and how to protect your child's hair for the future. So understanding your hair type, super important. Now, I am going to do my very, very best to make this as short and sweet and to the point as possible, and I'm going to try my very best not to ramble because I'm really sorry. I know I do that sometimes. And we'll just go straight bullet point. So, things you are going to need for cleaning your child's hair. You are going to need a sulfate shampoo, sulfate free, no sulfates shampoo. You are also going to need a deep conditioner. Normally comes in a nice big tub like this, but can also come in the regular shampoo bottles, if anything. But you do want it to say deep conditioner on it. Okay, and you are also going to need either oils if you've established that your hair type is in the 4s, or creams, a hair cream if you have hair in the 3s. Okay, so that's really important. If you have hair in the 4s, oil is going to be your moisture, your barrier, I guess, for that. Creams will not work on 4C hair generally. Normally it'll soak it right up and then it'll feel dry. Oils are thick enough for that. And vice versa, oils may be too heavy for hair within the 3s, and it'll make hair clump together and look a little bit greasy, whereas creams provides just the right amount of moisture without drying your hair out and without having it all stick together. So these are the things that you are going to need. If you would like to know in detail why you need these things, very quickly, sulfate-free shampoo will help to not dry your baby's hair out. Shampoo with sulfates provide too much of a deep clean and actually strip all the oils out of your child's hair. That's where you may find that combing is hard, split ends will and breakage will happen a lot, and that is just because the hair has been left so brittle from sulfate shampoos. And it just can't play catch up getting those oils back in as well. You want a deep conditioner specifically, not just your over-the-counter L'Oreal, Garnier, or rubbish like that. It's not going to provide enough moisture content for hair in the 3s and 4s. It'll probably be fine if you have hairs in the 1s or 2s, or regular kind of European or Asian hair. That'll be absolutely fine. But for 3s and 4s hairs, over-the-counter regular conditioners won't do it. You gotta get a deep conditioning treatment in order to keep hair nice and soft. And lastly, the oils and the creams, those are of course just to again try to retain as much of course moisture in the hair as you can possibly get. Alrighty, so now that we know the products that we're going to use, let's go on to the technique as to how you can properly wash your kid's hair, really getting everything in there. So with this, I'm going to be doing this on my daughter Kamaya, and yeah, and I'll narrate it. Okay, so here's my little munchkin. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some of this, or spray some of this very cold, hence the faces, mixture onto her hair to help with detangling, as I'm just about to part her hair into 6 sections. And I'm doing that just because her hair is particularly thick. If your child has a bit thinner hair, by all means, you can just do 4 sections, whatever suits you best at the time. Okay, so once you have your sections parted in 4, you can then proceed on to washing. Okay, now when you're washing, and sorry, it's just me again, because I didn't need to wash Kamai's hair with shampoo, as her hair was already clean, and but what it did need was a deep condition. So further on in the video, I'll show you how I'm deep conditioning her hair. But generally, the same applies for washing. So um, you're going to part your baby's hair into 4 or 6 sections, depending on the thickness of their hair. Now, when you have you're going to have each section up and ready and nice. Now, when you have them either in the shower, the bath, or if you're doing this in a bowl or in a sink or anything like that, you're going to want to watch each section individually. So you add your shampoo, give it a nice good rub, or wash. Now, really important, again, depending on their how long their hair is really. You don't want to rub. You're not trying to make a dreadlock here. It is so easy when hair is really, really wet to knot up really easily, and we don't want that because we're just getting ready, well, we just detangled it, and then we're just getting ready to put conditioner in it as well. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to apply the shampoo right at, or as close to the root as you can. You're going to want to take your fingers and just rub it in just like this, just very, very gently, because you're really trying to clean that scalp off. And then the rest of the shampoo, you're then going to finger comb it through the hair. Okay, so we're going to try not to rub with our hands or scrunch upwards. We're not trying to get knots. Literally scrunching, we're assuming this is a scalp, scrunching at the scalp, and then the rest of it you are going to run your fingers through. Okay, that's what you want to do. Repeat the step as many times as necessary, because you may have a child that has heavy buildup on their scalp that needs, 2 washes, or if it's just regular everyday dirt and so forth, just once will be fine. So apply, gently scrub and so forth, and rinse. And then you're going to want it to, you can either twist that section or pop that section in a quick braid, or maybe a little ponytail that you have, and then proceed to do the other sections in the same way. It does take longer. This is why we only do it, 2 to 4 times a month, but it's going to ensure that your baby's hair has the best clean and is truly clean as they go. Okay, so now that you've done that, and you're going to want your baby's hair to still be in the sections when you're finished, ready to get deep conditioned. All right, and here we go, and this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so of course I've not shampooed Kamai's hair, and I'm just going straight for deep conditioner. But this is, again, the same principle as what you want. So I'm starting from bottom, and I'm working my way to the top. So I'm going to do the bottom 2 sections first, and again, like I mentioned, working my way to the top. Now, I'm making sure that all of the perimeter of each section is saturated first, and then I work with the inside. But once you have all sections done, this is what it's going to look like. So all nice and there. And I'm sorry, it's like she was spinning really fast, and I'm like, oh no, that's too fast. Alright, anywho though, but now that I have her hair all sectioned off, I'm going to pop on a shower cap. This is a disposable one. You can use a regular one, don't worry. And I'm going to let her sit under for 10 minutes, then rinse. Oh, I just wanted to make sure that, when I said sit under for 10 minutes, I just meant sitting there for 10 minutes. She didn't have to go under any heat, and she didn't have to use any special tools. It's literally just the heat off of her body, and the shower cap helped it to use natural heat, and that was absolutely fine. You can by all means sit under a dryer for like 10 minutes if you want, but it's not necessary with a good deep conditioner. It just needs time to ferment, if anything. Alrighty, so we're all rinsed out and we're all nice and clean. At this point, you can either do a total wash and go and just pop a little bit of styling mousse in there, or a little bit of oils just to define those curls, or you can do what I'm doing and comb that sucker out. you can see how easily my comb is going through this, because I tell you, this kid's hair is soft. I absolutely love it. I'm really trying to have her embrace her hair and embrace her natural hair texture as well. We don't necessarily do the wash and goes at the moment, but I will be doing a video on how you can define curls a little bit later. So yeah, this is how we did her hair for school, and we just, like mentioned, embracing her fro. Okay, my friends, and that is how you effectively wash and condition your child's hair. Now, like I mentioned at the very, very end, once you are finished everything, you're going to want to now add in either your oil or your cream hairdress, I guess you could call it, to lock in any of that, well, that moisture that your child's hair still has, because you still want it to remain soft. So, like mentioned, if your child if your child has hair in the fours, you're going to want to use an oil. Okay, oils that I recommend are, of course, black Jamaican castor oil, fabulous, olive oil, coconut oil, really, really fabulous as well, or also black seed oil. If you see that little right there, it's upside down because it's precious to me. I'm trying to squeeze out every last flaming drop. That is a freaking fabulous oil to use. The only thing is, it is pretty pricey, over $100 for that bottle there, but it is absolutely brilliant, so I totally recommend that. Again, that is for hair textures in the fours. If you do not have, if your hair textures in the threes, like mentioned, you're going to want to use a hair milk or a leave-in conditioner. I do recommend something that is, this is thickening growth milk, or a lotion as well for hair. That's going to be great for the threes. So once you put that in, off to styling. All right, so stay tuned for part 3, which is going to be styling your baby's hair, and we're going to be showing you some really cute styles that you can do with your curly little fluff, some nice protective styles that you can also put in there as well, and just really how you can keep this beautiful puff nice and moisturized and stress-free as well. All right, say bye. Bye. All right, go on then. All right, thanks guys. Bye. Thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video and you know somebody that may like it as well, hey, share it. Spread that love around. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, because I am always posting out those awesome tutorials, product reviews, hints on tips on how to care for your hair, your extensions, and of course, blending techniques as well. If you want more information on what it is Nessa's Hair Extensions actually does, product pricing, installation services that we offer, please visit our website at www.nessashairextensions.com. You can also order online as well. And lastly, hey, who doesn't have Facebook, right? I sure as heck do. So you can check us out on Facebook as well at www.facebook.com. Oh my God, I almost forgot. / Nessa's Hair Extensions. And you can view our gallery of all the lovely ladies and gents who've had installations at Nessa's Hair Extensions. And you can always get updates on funny news, pictures, in-store offers, and competitions as well. Plus, if you like us, you can also get 10% off of your first purchase. So, yeah, I'm bribing you. Everybody does it. That's it for me. Thank you so much. Bye.